Hey, I got a question for you guys. Being average a bad thing? What's so funny?
Oh man, I just wasn't expecting you
So,
Lead.
to jump off the bat with that.
we can roll it right in because we got that. We got a couple things to discuss.
Um, is being average a bad thing?
Yes.
I think it's only a bad thing if you live your life in a way that you will be average,
Mm-hmm.
but you can. So, for instance, if you let's just say average income for let's just say average income, U.S. income is $40,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
Average income is $40,000, and you're only working in a way complaining about not having $200,000.
Oh,
Then being average is a bad thing.
okay, because you just complaining about that, but then you want to run home and play video games and just chill out and not
And
do
not
shit.
doing nothing. Yeah.
Smoke a back, girl.
But if you the opposite. The opposite. Like it's being average a bad thing. Well, if you think average is being a bad thing, if you think average is a bad thing, then average? Like put in the work necessary to not be average?
But you say to don't be average. Can you play basketball?
Yes.
Are you good?
Yes.
Really good. Or you average?
I would say
I got the pill in the cowboy.
I would say I don't play. It's hard to say.
So
Could I when I was playing basketball, could I play? Yeah.
Oh, what? I got another set. I'm gonna scrap that scenario. On the Lakers, it's like two stars. You might as well say LeBron and AD, right?
Okay.
The rest of them is like damn near average basketball players. Even though they try their hardest, they go to practice, they practice on their craft every day. It's just no matter what they do, they're gonna always still be kind of average. It's NBA standards.
Okay.
So I'm saying that to say, in life, you're going to be average at some things, and some things you're going to excel at. You're going to be way better than other people at. It don't matter what you do. It just come naturally to you. You're going to be better at that than other people. But then certain things in your life, you're going to just be straight average. You ain't going to never go above this average. Like you're going to be just average. You're going to be just solid enough.
Yeah. Okay. I see what you're saying.
But I think, let me go ahead and go, Jay. What you think? Average a bad thing?
So what your everyday thinks is that average isn't bad. That's just what they come up with. Somebody got to be average. Like, at the end of the day, it's whatever falls in the middle, right? So, I think if you constantly if you're trying to strive for being average, like, yeah, that's a bad thing. I think you should always be trying to go above and beyond. Now, if you happen to fall into the average, then it is what it is. You tried your best, right? But I don't think average is bad. It's like getting a C, okay? Getting a C passes because that's average. C 2.0 is average, right? But that's not what, when your child comes in with a C, you're not particularly happy about that, are you? You say, what do you say to them?
Gotta try better.
You got to try better. You're not going to say to your child, you're not going to say to your child, it's average, it's okay.
But what if your child say, Pops, I've been trying my hardest. I even get tutoring. I've been trying at this math. It's just that math is just not my thing.
Right.
You probably got A's and B's and everything else.
No, but let's go down the line like as if everything was average C's. So if he had C's and everything,
C's.
if he had C average and everything, a parent normally wouldn't be happy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yes, it's passing. Yes, they'll get you to the next grade. It's not bad grades. It's not saying you don't participate and you're not doing the work. But we know as a parent, I know you can be doing better, right? So what I'm saying is that it's about striving to go above and beyond However, if you do fall back to average, it's fine. Because sometimes, like, even everybody goes above and beyond, but even if everybody goes above and beyond, you still fall average, right? So if everybody got 100, or you know what I'm saying, most people were getting 100, and then you had some people get 110, and some people get 90. 100 is the average, right? So I mean, eventually, like, so it's okay as long as you're striving and you're trying to put your best foot forward, and that's what it's really about. You gotta push the average boundaries up. You don't want to just meet the standard. You don't want to meet that. You want to go above and beyond. That's fine.
So what about for people who 40? What's the average making? 42. We don't just say 42. 42 is the average. We don't just say 42. What if people go to work, right? 42 is enough for them to live off of. They cool right there. They get to see their kids, get to pick their kids up from every day from school. They bills paid. They got some more change in the car because they don't like the luxury of the finer things. They just want to be able to go 2 vacations a year. Be able to do whatever the fuck they want to do on that 42, and they live in average. Is that bad?
I mean, if that's where your mindset is and that's where you want to be, but if you want, I guess, trying to appease or try to get one of them top-notch brides, I mean.
But I'm saying they married with kids. They stay in the suburbs somewhere. They decent.
I don't know what suburb, where they stay at.
Alabama.
Okay, you stay in the suburb.
No, Mississippi.
Okay, you stay in the 42 suburbs of Mississippi. That might be cool down there. You know what I mean? But 42 in the suburbs of Chicago you're gonna be struggling. You're gonna be staying in Harvey or some shit. You know, so I mean, average is different places or whatever. And if that's what that's where your mindset is, and that's if average is the highest that you can achieve, then that's the best for you, and that's cool. If average is the highest, like, you know what I mean? If somebody told you was going to be below average all your life, but you can reach and touch average, I think you've achieved.
Yeah. Okay. What I think is, bro, if you happy being average, do your thing. Don't listen to what nobody else telling you to do. You got enough money to get some gas in your car. You got to take care of your vacations. Your kids in school, your kids smart. You let your legacy live to your kids. Your kids become above average or whatever. Whatever you do, whatever you want to do is happen. Now, the next man, if you don't think that you like to be an average and all that stuff, and you want to go above, you got to work a little harder to not be average. But the only thing I think where the average conversation, and it typically begins to be like, it's a bad thing when the internet came. Everything always comes back to the internet. The internet made it seem like everybody living this over-lavish lifestyle. Now, people that's average is, oh, you need to do more better. You need to do this. You need to do that. But nigga, y'all ain't doing nothing either. Y'all scamming and taking other people's money. So, to me, if you're average and that's where you want to be and you happy, you got your wife, your 2 kids, you staying in the suburb, you decent, got a couple thousand in the bank, you paying all your bills, you got a nice little Toyota, whatever out there, whatever you driving. I'm not even gonna say Toyota because whatever you drive, it's nice and decent. You take your kids to school. Y'all go do y'all things on the weekends because you work Monday through Friday with your 40 hours. Man, do your thing. Don't worry about what nobody else say. But now, if you complain about it like Spacer said, you strive and you gotta pick it up and you gotta do a little bit better with your life. You need to not be complaining. That's the only thing I don't like is when motherfucker complaining and they're not doing nothing about it.
Right.
Is it that you see, the internet came around and all of a sudden average income is who is it that's spewing the message that average is bad?
Motherfuckers, like most people, that is average. Like, bro, out of 100%, we're going to just say, we're going to break down some percentages. Out of 100%, what is it that's not average? Like what, 20%? 15%? The rest of it, 80% is average?
No, average is average.
No, but I'm saying...
That's how you get the scope.
But I'm saying, what percentage of the world makes above average?
I don't know.
I mean, first you got to figure out what's average.
They said like 42, right?
Right. But I feel like the average is the balance. That's just going to be somewhere in the middle. So you're going to have extremes on both sides. you're gonna have your Bill Gates and all them other niggas
Yeah,
up there.
that's what I'm saying.
You gotta have a motherfucker who make zeros.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot of people make more zeros than Bill
Yeah,
Gates.
yeah.
But what's gonna happen is gonna tilt it and it's gonna balance it out, and this is what the number you're gonna get.
Because don't they say that the 1% of the ones is the ones that got most of the wealth, right? 1% of the world.
Yeah.
Right. So like
The rest of us average.
right. Right. Yeah. DHPX in the chat said that's sure dope, my boy.
Oh,
Hey,
thanks,
Jay.
man. I appreciate that.
Hey, Jay.
Oh, thank you, bro. You see that? I almost look like a.
Hey, yeah,
I was
yeah,
finna crack a
I'm
joke.
from Miami.
You know my joke.
Miami Marlins. Man. You see that? I told you. But I think, man, just do whatever makes you happy, bro. If you want to strive for more, work more hours and all that, hey, man, do your thing. It ain't for everybody. It ain't built. Working all these hours and working your Saturdays and working all your time, it's not built for everybody. Do what makes you happy. I always say, I say that with every conversation. Don't be living up to nobody else's standards. Don't be trying to keep up with nobody else. Do what makes you happy.
Doo doo.
Yeah, and I know that. Okay, so as a specific source of people who make average sound bad are the people who aren't average. Like people in music. We hear them shame 9 to 5 all the time.
Shit, a lot of these 9 to 5s make more money than them. A lot of them 9 to 5s make more money than them.
Right.
And I will go back to this. Because y'all kind of know where this conversation came from. You know, if you don't, we was talking about that. It's kind of figuring around, because I can't tell. It's the Ebony K. Williams conversation. I'm not on the internet, but I just listened to podcasts and that was going around. And we're talking about the average and how she kind of shamed a lot of the average people or whatnot.
Did she?
You ain't hear the second quote, did you? You just heard the first one.
No, I watched the whole thing.
You know what I'm talking about? You said a podcast too? She said something else?
I watched the Yana Van Zandt thing.
No, it's
so.
something after that she said.
What did she say on that?
She doubled down. She was just like, I don't know how you can take it. Like, some people took it like, well, she wasn't talking wrong. Some people took it like she was talking wrong. So I don't know.
I mean, I looked at it. I mean, just off what I heard, the Yana Van Zandt thing, like, ain't nothing wrong. I mean, there's nothing wrong with wanting what you want. Like, so if you want to deal with a business owner, basically, then deal with a business owner. That's, I mean, don't complain about when ain't no business owners looking for you, or checking for you. But
I promise you, that's what I told Spaces. I said, bro, she can ask for whatever she want to ask. She can have a preference.
Yeah.
But is that preference looking for you, though? Is that same dude that you describing, is he looking for you?
Apparently not, because, I mean, like she said, she's dealt with them all across the board, black, white, candy stripe. So, and it don't look like nobody's really checking for her like that to, just to.
She's not an ugly woman.
She's not an ugly woman. Her mama's black, and we're not really sure about her father because she do look mixed or biracial. So, we're not really sure about that. So, because I know you get with the Ebony K. Williams, she say my father ran off, and then you automatically may think that her father black. Yeah, the bus driver comment. Like I said, ain't nothing wrong with wanting to, be with the owner or something, but.
She a former eater.
Eater,
what's that, DHPX?
Oh, shit. We should have had DX on that thing. He gonna come out like that. But yeah, like
talking about, look, eat.
But like you say, if something is not looking for you, how can you be looking for it?
Yeah.
So you can look for that all you want to. But Kevin Samuel always say, what's going to happen?
I mean,
invest in Petco stock.
That's what I'm saying. So a lot of women out here talking about they don't want average dudes, they don't want 9 to 5 dudes,
but I get her though.
You okay? But you still become a side. You still become a side chick though.
But I get her.
What you mean?
Versus like she's a millionaire, right? Versus the other women that's going around here and they ain't hardly making no bread. Talking about I'm not gonna deal with a bus driver. Like you, ma'am, you first tier management. Like you know what I mean? You're not up there or nothing like that. Like come on.
You're as a bus driver assistant.
Yeah, you're a flagger on CTA. Like, come on,
Yo, that's
like,
possible.
yeah, like, come on. You talking about you ain't dealing with no bus driver? Y'all work at the look.
Hey, man, I don't think that bus driver looking for you either, really.
And he probably and that's the issue a lot of times in the black community is that, you know, it transcends beyond just dealing with somebody that look like you, but it's also a class thing. And a lot of times you gotta, and Ebony K. Williams, even though I don't think her class background is where she's at in life right now. Like, I think her class background is actually kind of lower tier than that. So she has a hard time fitting in with the people of old money, right? Those old doctors, old lawyers, and so on and so forth. She thinks she can, you know, voice her opinion and move and shake like that. But a lot of people who, you know, like I was telling you guys before, that 92 Octane, those lawyers and so those are family of lawyers, right? Yeah. She just happened to become a lawyer, right? Or
her mother was a bus driver.
That's what I'm saying. It's a family of doctors. So what she fits in better as, you know what I'm saying, just to find the man, is probably the guy who does either is a blue collar worker and owns the business, or the guy who does drive the bus. But, you know, I think she thinks of her money and having so much, she thinks her money is some type of prestige.
But and then another comment I wish somebody would have said while they was having a conversation with her. I think her Mandy B said she agreed with what she said, but she just didn't like the way she said it because the way they were going about it. And the way I was looking at it was like, people sit up here and say things like that. You know you finna go out to eat tonight at a fancy restaurant. You know them average people gotta serve you, right? So what if that average person said, you know what, keep your tip and your money, I don't want to work with you because I don't know you don't like, you know, average people in your presence, so I'm going to walk over here. But what if everybody in that restaurant said that? They got to wait on you, they got to valet your car, they got to buy your books, got to come, like, y'all got podcast shows that y'all got to have. Ain't no fucking 1%ers up in there. Them all average Joe people that's buying tickets to come see you. But then you said things like you said.
I mean, I don't put too much stock in what she said. She like, it just, you know, that's a personal opinion. If you choose not to wait on me, I mean, you average. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I go somewhere else. Like, if you took my opinion when I said that much to heart, you know what I'm saying, versus serving my food, you know what I mean? Because this is the job, because you average. What
if every average person did you like that when you was going out to do everything that you was going to do? Because everything that you do,
she was saying,
an average person got to do it for you.
She was saying just the simple person that she wanted to deal with. You know what I'm saying? It's just average people in life. So, I mean, like, she didn't say the person that was cooking the food was average, or the chef was average, or the people, like, you got to deal with average people. But she was saying somebody that she decided that she wanted to lay up and have a family with, or decide that she wanted to, like, you can't, like, I mean, y'all can't tell me like y'all trying to kick it with the homeless, right? Let's say we are average, right? Let's not say that we sitting up here trying to kick it with the homeless. Like, man, we finna go out here and kick it and scrape up change with them.
We sure ain't gonna downplay them though.
That nigga homeless. Like, I mean, I'm not downplaying them. I'm just saying though, it's not like I'm not gonna sit and talk bad about them or nothing like that. But I don't feel like she talked bad about it. She just said what she didn't want to do. No, and I don't.
Okay, I see. You didn't hear the other. Like I keep saying, it was another part to it.
I ain't get sent it. I don't follow. I don't go ahead and go, you know, deep diving into these people. Like, you know what I'm saying? She doubled down. I watched the clip and I watched the Anna Van Zandt thing. Now, if she doubled down, cool. But it's always gonna be some. There's people out here that need money, regardless if you're calling them average or not. You're gonna let somebody, you know, their opinion stop you making money. You're average.
But
so now what you finna do? You think she got the only mindset? Like,
no, but I'm saying you don't have to. She's not gonna stop you from getting money. I just don't got to fuck with you.
Cause she made a statement.
Yeah, if you want to do that,
right? But it's another restaurant. I guarantee you, it's another restaurant that's willing to serve her. Like, motherfucker's gonna be without a job because people are so deep within their feelings. Instead of trying to strive and try to get up out of being average, you know, cool. If you're average, then that means you accept that, right? So if somebody talking, all right, she said she don't want. What did she say that was different than what she said? What did she say specifically, so I can get some more context? Did you hear anything else differently?
Me, I listen to all three. Well, I listen to three different, I guess, sources. I listen to the original clip. I listen to her Breakfast Club portion of it today.
Okay. I mean, if she turned around and said, "Man, average people ain't shit," woo. All right, then shit. She probably. I mean, I guarantee you, it's less likely that they'll stop fucking with her. What they'll do is probably spit in her food or do some wild shit like that. I mean, that's to be honest. Like that's what people would do. I don't, you know. I need to hear what she said on the double down. What she doubled down and say, like she said, I don't fuck with.
She moved the goalposts. She tried to make it seem like she wasn't insinuating that a bus driver is beneath her.
Cool.
Now, did you? And honest question: did you listen to the interview or did you watch the interview?
Talking about the one with
the original clip, with Ayanna, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was in and out, so I did watch it.
So, I was paying attention to her mannerisms.
Yeah.
And granted, I'm no body language expert. Let me give that disclaimer. But everything about her body language was saying that I can't believe you just asked me that question. How dare you ask me if I would date a bus driver? Everything about, and then I was watching the interview, and later on, when Ayanna was talking, you could tell by her body language that she wanted Ayanna to shut up, and she didn't want to hear what she was. Well, Ayanna, is it Ayanna or Ayanna? Ayanna. What she was saying. Like she asked her the question. Ayanna asked her the question. She paused, and I would even suggest that at that point, Ebony K. Williams was out of space before she even asked. She wasn't paying attention to what Ayanna was saying. Mm-hmm. But then she brought it back and said, "Does he own the bus?" Like that's automatically saying that if he didn't own the bus, then no, I wouldn't date him.
That's her preference. Like you can't knock her for her preference, bro.
Yeah, I don't really. At the end of the day, like.
Yeah, that's her preference.
That's what she. I mean, again, I'm missing maybe the part where she was driving in on average people, like. You know, so maybe that part I'm missing. Like if she's saying like average people ain't shit, they couldn't cook my food, then all right, then I think it might be a problem. But outside of that, like I mean, she don't want to date a bus driver. Cool, like shit. And some people don't want to date you because you're black. Like what I'm supposed to do? Like, I don't give a shit.
See, I'm not.
And Ebony K. Williams, man, her voice a little too deep for me, man.
And
a little too deep for me.
And the way she phrases her words.
Yeah.
I can't like the way her mouth looks when she phrases her words. It's ugh.
I mean, I don't care about what no bougie bitch name. So.
So I'm not. Let me clarify. I don't. If she is of that financial class to be able to say, I want to date people around my income level, right? Because just to your point earlier, most people will be an average or below average income earner saying, I want this person with this extravagant level of income. I want this 6-figure person, right? Or so a dude will be at home talking about he want the best woman when he only makes 41. So, you know, there's men and women approach that situation, that idea from equal but different directions. But she was definitely saying that average income earners are beneath her. And if ever you listen to the follow-up interviews, she was definitely moving the goalposts.
But she's not the only one that even think like that. Let's just be honest. You have a lot of, upwardly mobile black women, black men, but more so black women when they start really making that money. They think like that, and that's fine. And like Kevin said, you said, you're gonna die with the cat, dog, or whatever.
Buy a dog.
You know what I mean? So
y'all forget that's the same woman who said she wanted to have a baby by herself.
Which is cool. She gonna be by herself. Like I mean, ain't nothing I could do for her. So I really can't stress on these rides. Like at the end of the day, like you know what I'm saying, it just is what it is.
How I started saying it.
I don't get no fuck.
Somebody accept my proposal. I'm cool.
Ebony K. Will.
Somebody's accepted my proposal. I'm all right.
Yeah.
DHPX said people gotten too soft, easily offended by others' opinions.
Facts. Like, I don't give a shit about that lady. Like, that shit was like, hey, I said, as soon as she said, basically, I never date a bus driver. I was like, shit, that means she'll never date me. I ain't bet. Like, you know, so it didn't hurt my feelings. Like, it was
No,
like, oh, all
she
right.
said bus driver. You're a truck driver. You cool.
She ain't fucking with, I don't own a truck yet.
Hey, I'm glad my dog said that. Yeah, they coming, goddamn it.
Definitely,
they coming.
However, I wanted did y'all check out that she said, normally it's protect and provide. She put provide before protect. Did y'all notice that?
Yeah.
That was one of the things I did catch.
Oh,
she kept saying provide.
Provide. So you can beat her ass.
Yeah.
You can cheat on her. You can do all that stuff as long as you provide. Yeah. That's exactly what she said.
Yeah.
Nope. Let me stop. She did not exactly what she said, but that's what I kind of got from that. You're not looking for the love of a man. You're not looking for him to teach you. You're looking for money first. He got money first. He can do a lot of other things.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm not sure. Like, a lot of these people, just because they're celebrities and they're on TV and so so on and so forth, they're dealing with their own trauma issues. They don't have the answers for everything. So I really, this shit to me is only entertainment.
Yeah, but then again, somebody else said it too. If you looking at Ebony K. Williams for some relationship advice, something wrong with you. Because she's single and she's like 35, 36?
40.
She's 40?
Yes.
I thought they said she wasn't 40 yet.
Yeah, she's 40.
She's like 39.
Or 39.
She 40. Hey, if you looking at her for relationship advice, something wrong with you. And I don't think, because I was thinking about this on the way here. Let's get this straight, man. Let's get a public service announcement. You shouldn't be looking at no couple that's a celebrity, period, for advice. You need to find somebody that you can touch, you can talk to, you can love on your own. You can go give them a hug when you want to. That's the people you need to be looking for relationship advice. Uncle, cousins, brothers, whatever like that. You need to be asking them relationship advice. Do not be out here asking these celebrities for relationship advice, because that shit is a forefront. You don't know what the fuck they doing at all.
I want that real love.
No, get the love.
Love. The Jada in that Will.
You see Will up there crying on the red table like he don't want to be there. You want that love? Motherfucker talking about they had an entanglement. She couldn't even say she cheated.
But the one of the biggest things, my biggest issue with it is the influence part.
What you mean?
With Ebony K. Williams. Like, now she's furthering that idea of, you tired of talking about this.
I'm getting that too. Go ahead.
It's just started up anyway. Yeah. I'll just go say I just don't like the influence part, because now this is another rhetoric for average women to take on and say, oh, I don't want a bus driver. When a bus driver make more than you.
Hey man, but the thing about it is, them bus drivers not looking for your ass. They not looking for you. You think we out here looking for you? No.
Whatever rhetoric, like, if you're following Ebony K. Williams.
That's what I'm saying.
And again, she's a nice looking lady. Like, you know what I'm saying? There ain't nothing wrong with a nice looking lady. Outside that tough ass voice. But she's words. Yeah, like, this is a boozy bitch. But if she says she's dealt with men outside of, just black men and so on, if she can't find a white dude,
I thought she like white with him.
She was engaged to a white man.
Engaged? See, he didn't even want the bitch. Okay, he didn't want to. The Asians probably didn't want to. And that's another thing. Like, you the white dude didn't want you. Now you back in black people's space.
Common denominator. Right?
You see what I'm saying? Now you back in our shit. Like, come on, man. Oh, it's no black dude or no white dude. Like, there's no dude that's willing to scoop you up. So clearly it's something. It's a common denominator on your end. Something that you got going on that don't nobody want to fuck with you. So, welcome to another episode of the KNoWKi.
I was about to do it. Welcome to another episode of the KNoWKi podcast. It's your man Spacey.
It's your boy Mom.
It's Jay every day.
Yo.
What's going on, man? How was y'all last week? Well, I guess we could say a couple weeks.
Oh, I thought we was gonna start doing the shout outs. Like, instead of us talking about our last week, we're gonna just pick somebody.
I thought that was he wanted to do that.
Oh, I know.
Because I got some stuff I want to talk about.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. I apologize.
No,
my light skinned brother. I apologize. Go ahead, take out, baby.
No, y'all week's cool though.
Yeah, mine was
special?
mine, man. Mine lovely, man. I
excellent,
want to
man.
got me, you know. So I'm back in these streets on my bike game now. Well, I'm back now. You know, I'm happy.
It's dope, man.
I'm super happy.
That's dope. You said your week was excellent.
Yeah, it was solid. It was decent.
Cool. So, couple things, maybe 3 things. One, I paid off one of my credit cards.
It's always a blessing.
Man,
That's dope.
man, I can't wait to get all this out of the way. But that's one thing. 2, I saw the Mario movie yesterday.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Peaches.
Hey, well, how did you like it?
I had to pull back and realize that the movie was really made for kids.
Okay. You want to know what your thinking cap on?
I did.
There was no nostalgia about the shit, Joe.
Like, man, I don't know everything about the Mario story and all the games and everything, but man, Nintendo could have got a bag if they would have thought this through, man. They could have. I mean, granted, I think if last I checked, is the movie was on the verge to make $1 billion. Yeah.
So so they could have got a bag more if they did what you talking about?
Make like
further the movie, like you just one. This seems like a one and done, like a quick.
No, I don't think no.
If you watch the movie, like that was basically the end. Like they didn't start it off from like Mario 1. They could have started off from like doing Mario 1, the stages of Mario 1, Mario 2. You know what I'm saying? You could have just kept this shit going, so on and so forth. Bro, it was literally like y'all just made some shit. These niggas was from Brooklyn.
Right. I think they could keep going because all they did was shrunk browser. Somebody gonna break the glass and Bowser's gonna get out and they're gonna do all this shit again.
Yeah, but it's about, to me, you could have just did some you could have reenacted those some certain levels. You know what I mean?
So certain levels of the game.
Levels of the game. Just bring it kind of, and then go from Mario 1 to 3 and all the other Mario World. And I like how they did the Mario Kart thing. That shit was cool. How they was riding on the stars and stuff. But Rainbow they could have really, to me, they just used technology and shit to cash in on a quick bag. They knew there's always a lack of kids movies and shit. And, they're just gonna get the kids in there. It's easy bread. Like nobody knows anything about this story. Like these niggas is plumbers, you know what I mean, and they just pop out of nowhere. Yeah, they fake plumbers. They don't do a good job.
they destroy people's houses. Like
I thought it was pretty dope though. I thought it was pretty dope.
You thought it was dope? What you thought was dope about that?
It's just the whole the movie of it. I wasn't
You played Mario?
Yes, I wasn't going into it. I wasn't going into the movie thinking that it was going to be this whoa, wow moment. I was just going in there just to be entertained for an hour and a half.
You was entertained?
It was cool to me. It was decent.
That shit wasn't good.
It wasn't good?
That shit wasn't good.
Yeah, I mean,
it was decent to me.
I had to take myself and my. I had
don't
to
waste your money, boy. On. Wait till that shit come on. Don't waste your money.
It's supposed to be coming on Disney Plus.
Yeah, that's what it needed. That's what you need to watch it at.
Already?
I heard.
That's what you need to watch it at. There ain't no point.
Should have went to see Cocaine Bear.
I'll wait until that shit come on Disney.
But yeah, man, they could have stretched this into a solid 3 movies and got a bag for real. It was like so many different stories compiled into an hour and a half.
Like they could have showed when they went to different, like how did the little Toad Land and shit, Mushroom Land or whatever, how that developed. And so, man, they just threw some shit together and was like, oh, okay, we can make some money. And they did. They made their money. But I played Mario. I played all them shits because I was a Nintendo person. So I had, 1, 2, 3, Mario World, Mario Kart. I had the Luigi joint. I played all them shits. It was just like, damn. I mean, that's not how that shit really kind of go. But whatever.
Oh, it's July 8th.
Okay.
So we got a couple more months.
I mean, I didn't follow the Sonic shit like that. I can't even remember. So I'm not sure if that's how that went. Maybe they just took a chip off the old Sonic board.
But yeah, man, it was. I had some points where I was laughing, and I had some points where I was like, okay, that's dope. Like when they showed Rainbow Road, I'm like, oh, okay, okay, cool. I like how y'all inserted that, and they, like you said, the Mario Kart thing, and it's, Peach was a goat. Not a goat, but Peach was a dog.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
of course.
Got the ice flower, right? Right.
Of course, they're gonna make this day and age. Of course, this bitch cold. Yeah. And all the Marios I played, this bitch is the one need to be saved.
This is true.
This is the whole reason for Mario. You're trying to save the princess. Now she's saving the kingdom. Man, hell no, man. When shit go, I see what them white boys be mad about. When you start adding different little, you know what I'm saying? This nigga was never black. Why you making him a black character? You know what I'm saying? Stop doing shit for political reasons and wokeness and all that shit. Let shit stay the same.
Little Mermaid.
Little Mermaid, yeah. Like, come on, white, this bitch, come on, man.
She's always been white. Why she black now?
Why she black? Now, if it's a deeper thing, like, okay, back in, you know how niggas would do.
Yeah.
Well,
In
back
1837.
in ancient Egypt. You know what I mean?
37 BC.
Yeah. Back in ancient Egypt, where Dionysus. Shut the fuck up.
Shit, man.
But yeah, it was. Even though I was disappointed in that fact because it was really a rushed story, I was entertained. It was hilarious that Bowser was calling Peach Peaches. That was hilarious.
It was cool for my son, man. He enjoyed it, so it is what it is. It's a kid movie. But I mean, as an adult, and I'm watching because I feel like a lot of children's movies, they know how to put things in there for the adults. They didn't do a really good job just knowing the history of it. So that's what I'm saying. I mean, I'm not really I don't get entertained too easy, so. But I'm not there to really critique it like that. I just know, like, damn, if you're gonna put some shit out, at least let it be somewhat close to like whatever the original format it was.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Another thing, man. I went to a spa.
Yeah.
A spa?
A spa.
What, you get a happy ending?
No.
Oh. Well, you don't hear no shit.
No, but I went to a spa, man. My cousin was in town.
Okay.
And she had me and my siblings. You know, we all. She had the idea to go to a spa, and it was like, I didn't know what to expect. I was utterly confused. I didn't know what to do. I just walked in, and it's.
None of them spas be on some freaky shit, man.
I
At least I didn't read the reviews because I was thinking about spas.
Which one you went to?
Who, me? Oh, him.
King Spa.
King Spa? What all you had
He
done?
said the HBX in space has got himself dolled up.
Well, what all you had? You had the cucumbers on your eyes and all that stuff?
No, I didn't do none of that. They have a bunch of different sauna rooms,
Okay.
right? And it had to be like 8, 9, 10 different rooms,
Okay.
and each of those rooms are all at different temperatures.
Okay.
So there's one that's called the ice room, which is about the temperature of, I don't know, like a refrigerator. Like they call it the ice room, but it's not freezing cold. It's cold. But then they have one that is the polar opposite.
It's totally hot.
Hot. Like they had a symbol, not a symbol, a sign above the door before you go in. To 10 degrees, to 20 degrees, to 60 degrees.
And you had on your sweater still, didn't you?
No, they give you clothes when you go in.
But you told me to give you long sleeves.
No,
Oh, okay. I'm just fucking with you. I'm just teasing.
no, it was but it was really dope. It was really dope. I'm going back
Okay, that's what's up.
because it was definitely something to experience more than once. It's 24 hours. You know what I mean? So
24 hours,
yeah.
They giving out mad happy endings, B. If it's 24 hours, they giving out happy
I'm
endings.
doing some other shit. They
That's
ain't
what I'm
even
saying.
happy
They
endings.
selling drugs and shit.
Some niggas in that bitch.
They had a room for you to literally, they call it the sleep room.
Where you go to sleep?
You-
So how much is it to get in this place?
I'll show you. But it's literally like you go in there and you chill. They even have a movie theater in there.
This is what them.
What?
Cause I read reviews on these types of shit.
Yeah?
Yeah, it get real funny style in there, you know.
Motherfuckers in there get real naked.
No, it be like, you know, they probably do. It be niggas, you know what I'm saying?
What?
Go read the reviews, man. It should get real alphabetish in the bitch.
DHPX said Maul either the police or he knows too much about happy endings. But yeah, man, that's what's a few things that's been up with me that I encountered over these past couple weeks while we was kicking it. But let's get into the topics, man. You wanted to talk about?
Hey, man, DHPX. This is who I really learned it from. He first put it on my radar. We was chilling on last Sunday while we was watching the game, and in conclusion, we was just kind of talking about the Philadelphia water crisis, and it seems that apparently like some latex, maybe damn near close 8,600 gallons of latex and fell into the water, somehow contaminated the water. So
so that'd be 3 places that we know about, right? Because it was Michigan, right? I mean Flint, right?
Yeah, Flint. They had their own water issue.
And then what else? It was one more before that. When it was Mississippi.
Mississippi down in Jackson.
Now we got Philly.
You got Philly, but then also you had what was going on in I think Ohio, where you hit the railroad and they crashed the trains, and then that contaminated that water.
That was in Ohio, I thought.
Yeah, that's what's in Ohio.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
In Ohio, it contaminated the water a good chunk of it. So I'm not sure what's going on, but and nobody's gonna go to jail behind this. It's just gonna be a fine.
Yeah.
And I see things like this, like when stuff like this happen, they were trying to do something. Like there's no way that 10 10,000 gallons of just latex just somehow gets in the water without any trying to stop this shit. So
it's extremely DHPX said it's extremely toxic in Ohio, like 20 times worse than Chernobyl, they say.
That's crazy.
Really?
And mostly all these places is a strong black presence, right?
Yeah, most of them outside of probably Ohio one, but I'm sure that stretches.
Ohio probably got a strong presence too, because ain't no railroad tracks coming through the backyards of white folks' cribs.
Yeah, so you never know what's going on. It's wild, what we got. I mean, all these safety measures that these companies talk about, and quote unquote they want to push on people, but like what happens when it comes to them? Like, how are they held accountable outside of paying some money to the government? I mean, Philadelphia is a majority. I'm not gonna say majority black because it's not, but I would bet, if I were a bet, man, it's upwards of 40% black. So, or near 40% black. So,
but I thought in those type of measures, ain't it's like supposed to be some things in place to like this fresh, clean drinking water. It's like certain things should not be around this much body of water. Like you say, 100 gallons of latex. You said.
No, close to 10,000 gallons. Something like 8,500 gallons of latex.
Latex, right? So, if latex is poison or whatever, what the fuck is it doing about fresh water? Like that much doing about fresh water?
I think what happens is, so you got, among like any river or body of water, lake or whatever, you got warehouses and places or whatever, they set up shop. So what happens is that they let all their sewer water or something into a certain canal or something, whatever, and it's supposed to be refreshed or reflushed or whatever. I'm not sure the exact, but a lot of times you set up your business something like that by a body of water so they can use, because they probably use a lot of water, so they probably expel a lot of water too. So that's normally what happens, and then probably something that happened where it been backed up, but then somebody, the fail-safe stopped.
The fail-safe failed.
Failed, and they didn't have any other protocols or whatever. So, but a lot of times I think a lot of this shit be bullshit to fuck up more stuff. To say, if it's fresh body of water, I mean, ain't no telling. Not just that it's a problem for the humans, but the wildlife as well. Like it's killing the fish. Right, it's killing. That shit goes out into the ocean. right?
Yeah.
So Philly isn't necessarily on the ocean, but it's not too far. I'm pretty sure whatever. I forget what bay is on, or is it on Chesapeake? I don't think it's on Chesapeake. But all that flows back into the river. So you go that way and you decide that you're gonna eat something from out of there. That motherfucker gonna taste like a rubber band.
The fish tastes like a rubber band.
Lord.
I don't know.
It's just how you really thinking. Like then you wonder. All them conspiracies just start coming through your head. Like what could have really actually happened? Nobody really knows.
Delaware River. It's on the Delaware River. So all that floats itself right back downstream, I'm sure, into the ocean, into the Delaware Bay, and that filters out into the ocean. And so that affects not only Philadelphia, but if it's floating downstream, it affects those other Baltimore. It affects probably
DMV,
DC,
that whole area, Virginia.
area. Right.
Then you right next to Virginia, you talking about North Carolina, South Carolina.
Yeah.
It just trickle down. It just keep trickling down.
And a lot of people in general in that area, they focus off the water. Like, you know what I'm saying? They get their food, fish and stuff like that. Clams, that's gonna get you not just clams, your oysters and so on and so forth. That messes up. That's why that oil spill down in BP head in New Orleans, outside of New Orleans and stuff, not New Orleans, Louisiana and Texas and all that, whatever, in the Gulf, fucked that up for like years.
Mm. Mm.
You couldn't eat that stuff.
Yeah, because
no clam, no.
Man, in New Orleans, Louisiana,
yeah.
Their whole. I've gone to New Orleans before.
Mm-hmm.
Their whole
survival is basically
yeah.
Louisiana in general, not just New Orleans, like Louisiana, just basically
crawfish and all that shit.
Crawfish, alligator, shrimp.
Is a main
and
cuisine.
then you seen it right there. So now the tip of Alabama too, and the
all
top
that
of Florida,
Mississippi,
top
Florida,
of Florida,
top
all
of Florida.
that.
It goes in all of that. Texas. So yeah.
It's how you thinking. Really have you really thinking about, like, Lord have mercy. Like, how can that much latex get us a fucking fresh drinking water?
Yeah.
Like, y'all ain't catch this shit out of 1,000, 500.
Hey, who fell asleep at the job? I don't know.
No, because I have been noticing more and more situations like this.
It's a oops.
Because I was just trying to find the article that I was looking at, but it was like an oil tanker.
Mm-hmm.
It was, how do I phrase it? It was going down a river, but it was kind of pressed up against a bridge and it couldn't move.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how does that happen? Like, nobody. Like, aren't there people in place and protocols in place to help avoid situations like that? Like, I don't know, man.
Okay, so we talk about that one. Now, the one in Mississippi, Jackson, what happened about that one? How did that shit? Did they just run out of water? Like, what the fuck happened with that one, you know?
I think it was something similar to, I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's similar to, like, the Detroit situation. Flint rendition.
The lead pipes and all that stuff,
the pipes
old
and
pipes.
all, yeah. That's all that.
So that water, the Mississippi water situation was from bad pipes, essentially.
Yeah, something to that effect where it's just bad, Because
I remember hearing about it, but I never researched it.
Yeah,
and it's stuff like this. It's tough to really be able to formulate a solid opinion about it.
Yeah,
because each different source of information is saying something, a lot of times saying something that opposes a different source. So it's like, how do you know which one to go with? You just listen to all of them and formulate your own opinions about it, I guess.
Then you come up with all the conspiracy theories and you start like thinking like, oh, they trying to buy up all the property, move everybody out. It's toxic over there, buy all the property, and all of a sudden shit fixed.
I mean, I believe a lot of that should be true. Like, all right, I mean, just to kind of segue to something else I really wanted to talk about as well is like on the south side of Chicago, right? Mm-hmm. Particularly South Shore. So I know you guys have heard they're moving the migrants up from Texas, their governor, Greg Abbott, right? So they're moving them and they want to place them in South Shore. At first, they were trying to place them in Woodlawn. Both are Southside communities and not too far from each other. And I'm trying to figure out, why do you want to place these migrants in black communities? They're saying, well, in the South Shore, they got this church or whatever that, you know, they say is vacant or whatever, but it's vacant shit all throughout the city. So why do you want to place them in the black community? I'm sure there's vacant shit in Little Village. I'm sure there's vacant shit over in the Northwest Side and Belmont and Cicero. I'm sure there's vacant shit over East. You know what I mean? Where their community, where they would fit in a little bit more. Why would you want to just place them where the black people are?
Why even? And I'm not. And your question is really got my wheels turning. But you said they're coming from Texas.
Yeah.
How?
They're busting them like 7,000.
Like, how are you? How many states do you pass?
So what's happening is they're like, it's just not Chicago, but they're sending these migrants to quote unquote sanctuary cities. So cities where they don't deport people.
Yeah. Texas is when they do it. So
Yeah.
Texas governor was like, since y'all sanctuary cities, we
And
gonna
they
hey,
ass up.
yeah, because y'all ain't on the border. That's why y'all said that.
Thank you
Yeah.
for that.
Illinois, you not on the border, so that's why you're talking all that tough shit.
Yeah.
So now we're really gonna see what you really about that.
No, Chicago, you're not on there too. Because I guarantee you put their ass in the middle of Illinois. No. That's what it be.
Them
Like
country
Chicago
folk-
be on that, yeah, but the middle of Illinois,
Yeah, them country folks is
you're
not
not from
going.
around here,
Boy,
boy.
yeah, it's a fact. That is a straight fact, boy.
Illinois
Put their ass in
turning,
Cairo.
Illinois turning it.
Cairo?
Cairo, all
Yeah.
that shit.
Yeah, put them
Illinois
out there.
turning to Indiana real quick. All right, outside of Chicago, this ain't shit but Indiana. All right,
That's a fact. You ain't lying. You not lying.
you feel me?
Hey, boy.
Go south of I-80.
Hey.
All right,
Boy, I was in Indiana, boy, and I started looking around. I'm just
west
getting
of
something to eat.
39.
I'm just getting something to eat. I started looking around like,
Yeah.
let me get back in this truck and get back to where I know where I'm supposed to be at. I'm supposed to be over
Hey, boy,
Yeah, that's a fact.
ain't you supposed to be on the interstate somewhere?
Yeah, boy. Do not leave interstates. Stay on interstates. Do not fuck with back roads. Stay on the interstate.
Yeah,
That's what the interstates are for.
Yes, sir. Stay over there,
Yeah,
boy.
yeah, it's a fact. I'm sorry, sir.
Bro, I was like, what is that sound he just made with you spitting out the back?
Spitting out that back.
Yeah.
Hey, boy.
I'm stay right on the motherfucking interstate, boy.
Hey, boy,
I told you this story too, right? I was driving
you
the
ain't from these parts,
Hey.
either, boy.
I was driving from Chicago to Florida, right?
Mhm.
And we going down I-95, and we needed some gas.
Mhm.
And normally I only stop in little towns, and then I get gas in the daytime.
Mhm.
And because at night we going to sleep, we're gonna go find somewhere to go sleep. We gonna keep driving. And I didn't see it at first. It was a shell, but it was connected to a place they call Plantation.
Yeah, anything plantation, boy.
Well, I'm sitting there pumping the gas, right? You know, you just looking around, just smiling. You know, I on a trip with my family, my wife, me, my fiance, and my son, and the stuff.
Say smiling.
I'm just smiling, pumping gas. Some just say, look up. That motherfucker say Georgia Plantation something. I stopped mid pump, hung the pump up. I wouldn't know my family. We need to go.
Hey, boy, you came around here to pick some cotton, didn't you, boy?
Well, I hung the pump up. She like, what you see what that sign say? Let's go. Put that shit back. Let's go. We'll get cash at the next one. That don't say plantation something.
Man, look.
That shit, you really started to like what your ancestors went through. You started to think about that shit like, oh shit.
You in the condo, so you can punch that bitch to 140 if you want to. They hit the yabba dabba do across that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Flintstones.
Hey, boy, them turbos and that motherfucking Kia Optima start kicking in, boy. Motherfucker start moving.
But yeah, I really want to know why why are they trying to put these migrants in the black community? I mean, these people are already, a lot of them are already
You already know.
they trying to move black people out of there. I mean, if you ever seen South Shore and some of those apartments and those condos, like these things, like, have you ever seen a condo, like an apartment condo with like 4 or 5 bedrooms? They got them there.
Damn, for real?
Yeah, like these, boy, South Shore got it.
And them black folks down there.
Yeah, it's mainly black folks down there. So they really got it.
And they probably ain't trying to sell it, so we like, okay, we're gonna force y'all to sell this shit.
And
Where's
the
this?
thing, South Shore. Yeah. But that's not the whole South Shore. Everything, you know.
Right,
What I'm saying?
yeah,
Like,
I'm just-
that's normally the stuff that's kind of butted against the park and along the lake that has 3, 4, 5 bedroom goddamn apartments basically. You know, what I
Yeah,
mean? 2, 3
yeah.
2, 3 bathrooms. But
You said them condos with 4 or 5 bathrooms, 2 bedrooms. Wait, 5 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms.
yeah, they have some 5 bedroom
Those big
joints.
ass condos.
Yeah, like 2,500 square feet
Oof.
condos up in that joint.
That's a lot of room.
Not all, but you know what I'm saying. Some spots been seen it on Redfin. You know,
How much
and-
they go for, you think? You
so
said-
here's the kicker. It'd be like something like $1,700-$1,800 a month.
for a 5 bedroom, 2.
Hold on. See, I ain't done.
I was waiting to
They
listen.
hit you with a $2,000 HOA
Oh,
fee.
okay.
You see, this is how they do it.
3,700 a
Yeah,
month.
so that's how they do it. It's like, oh yeah, we're gonna catch you on the HOAs because HOAs, I feel like they could just pull a number out their ass. You know.
Yeah, because you don't really know. Like, how can you argue that number?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this, you said this is where they're.
Yeah, this area. This is the area. At first they were trying to put them over here. Now they're trying to put them over here somewhere. I'm not sure. But if you scroll up a little bit, the Obama Library will be around here. So they've torn down. Excuse me, it's gonna be around here. They've torn down a lot of that.
Damn, I wish we could share our screen sometime.
If you're familiar with the South Side, Hyde Park Academy, right there, right across, not too far from Mount Carmel off Stony. They're building the Barack Obama Library. So all of this is finna basically, they're trying to gentrify all of this. They can come through and gentrify all of this. Because if Hyde Park is just to the north of that. So you got Hyde Park and you got East Hyde Park. So a lot of that is gentrified. Well, not necessarily gentrified, but it's going to be a mixed group, huh?
Is Hyde Park mostly black too, right?
It's not mostly
It's a
black.
mix.
It's mixed.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good mix. So you got probably 30% black. Depending on where you're. So Hyde Park is a big. You got a lot of students and stuff that come in and out.
Yeah, because they from like North Chicago. What's colleges over there?
So you got the University of Chicago.
Okay, yeah, I
Right.
know
So
some college over there.
top, depending on where it's at. Normally top 10, top 5 university. So you got people from all over the world. You throw in the Barack Obama Library right there.
Yeah,
They gonna need some of this. So that's why this is why you gotta let King Von and all them do. This is kind of tied into what we was talking about. That's why you let them run amok, right? Because that's not too far from that. So so you drive that property value. You let them run amok and do
So
what they gotta do.
when we start selling it,
Yeah.
it's going right back up, and y'all got to go.
I was telling somebody, man, they want everything because all this has historically been black, right? That Bronzeville all the way down Woodline, right? For a long time, it's been black, and they want everything east to the lake, from Dan Ryan east to the lake. They want all of that basically back and gentrified and take it over. Now you may not necessarily be have to be white to live over there, but you got to be able to afford it.
You got some money.
And that's where I see it, really going.
Because when I used to do the route over there, right, for the whatever what we do, it's a lot of black over there.
Oh yeah.
Like Oakland, or just what is that? 95th and like Kedzie, 95th.
Oh yeah,
and
that
West.
way. Yeah, no, that's west.
95th.
Yeah.
That's a lot of. That's a lot of the black, all that up in there is like black. Where that hospital at over there?
Yeah, Evergreen
Home
Park.
There, Evergreen Park, that's what it is. Evergreen Park, all that's like black.
Yeah.
Evergreen Park in Oakland, most of that's a lot of black.
There's more blacks in Evergreen Park, and then if you go right across Western, what we didn't go right across Western, but if you go right across Western, that takes you into Beverly.
Okay.
So Beverly is more of a, you have your black, that good middle class type money.
Yeah, they got a little, they got decent. They
a little
decent.
something over there, mini.
Yeah, they got the 42,000.
Yeah.
50
Plus.
Yeah.
So.
Sitting on about 95, 96 a year.
They're sitting on something, man. That's quiet money. That's what they call it. It's actually a neighborhood around there called quiet money.
I ain't gonna even lie to you though. When I go over, I hate going over there because I see my car over there all the time.
Do you?
Yeah, I see my car over there. That's why I don't go over there.
Yeah, man, this is
interesting, man. You see the dynamics or how they trying to, like I said before, you can just kind of, I don't know, is it to move one group out and then replace them with another group to replace them with another group, or? Right. But I've always thought, like, you being so close to the lake is really, this is prime real estate. Just up and down everything south of McCormick Place. I'm looking at it as like that's all prime real estate. Why wouldn't they want this?
And you're saying that this, are you?
I'm saying what they're gonna do is if you move migrants in right into that area,
that's
into the South Shore area, which is down here, it's gonna cause a rift between. It's some type of divisiveness a rift between one group and another group, right? Now, just because somebody is a migrant doesn't necessarily mean they're a bad person. I'm not saying that. Right. However, your values or whatever you got going on doesn't necessarily mean it connects with mine. Right. And just because you're a migrant doesn't mean not saying you're a good person either. All right? So we don't know your background. We don't know if you were somebody wild down wherever you came from. Right. We don't know if you were messing with the kids, if you was a Chester. Right, we don't know that.
Chester.
Yeah.
That was motherfucker just half an M.
Thank you.
For half M.
So I think that could cause a rift between the people that's already there, right? And then which again, when you have newcomers into a neighborhood, they tend to it's a language barrier, so they tend to band up a little bit. So thus causing another group of gangs against, whatever black gangs is already over there. It's like you're spending all this money. It's supposed to be $7,000. It's going to cost the taxpayer $7,000 a head, right? Of each person that's there, $7,000. So that's going to be put on the taxpayers. Why not take that money and put that to use in trying to figure out how they're going to clear homelessness in Chicago, in that area, or at least in that area, right? Or in the Woodlawn area. Why wouldn't you put them somewhere where they would be a little bit more comfortable? Like you just sticking it's like putting some African immigrants or Caribbean immigrants, whoever it was, you stick them in the middle of goddamn Glen Ellen, or Cicero, whatever. But so you just put them in the middle of somewhere. It's a complete right. They're not gonna go for that. Well, what I've seen on Reddit, because Reddit ain't shit but a little white supremacist website, right? But it's like. They had a town hall meeting, and a lot of the black people, they weren't really going for that. They weren't happy about that. And it's like, oh, look at these, basically, look at these unhappy black people. These black people ain't shit. Basically, humans, they saying humans ain't shit and so on and so forth. They're talking down about these people, but that's the whole reason that you have a forum like that, so you can speak up and speak, hey, we don't know the backgrounds of these people.
Right.
That's the whole reason for that.
And one major thing that you mentioned about this whole thing is the language barrier. Because there's a really high chance and that there is going to be a language barrier. Like that's a major factor. So why would you, again to your point, why would you put them there knowing that major factor is going to be a thing?
Right.
Well, so go ahead, Maurice.
No, I'm gonna say because that's the same thing. Like you say, the black folks were sitting at the town hall meeting. That's the same thing what happened to Curry. Curry got a $30 million estate. I think he's in North Carolina or something like that. It was somewhere, and they were talking about moving. They were talking about building affordable homes. And Curry's like, no, you're not. You're not doing that right here, and I just paid $30 million for this. Yeah. No, I will give y'all some money. Y'all move that elsewhere. I don't want that by my kids. I don't know who these people are. I paid $30 million for the privacy so I can raise my kids here and all this other stuff. And other people's call him a bad person. He don't want them by him. No, that's what you pay money for, to move away from people to have the privacy.
That's done by design, bro. Like, there's no reason. Like, he's paid $30 million. Then all of a sudden, all of a sudden you want to man build something. Why didn't you build that shit before I bought it?
Yeah.
You see how that work? Like, they literally do shit on purpose. Like, bro, I literally think like none of this shit is coincidence.
Yeah.
Like, he bought this shit $30 million. All of a sudden, yeah, we finna put some more niggas right here.
Yeah, but
that's how it turns out.
They were talking about that, and then they had people talking about him. Why you don't want them to move by you? You too good for this? No, I paid for the privacy.
Absolutely.
I paid for the privacy.
Shit.
What I told you when we started getting, what we going to do? We're going to get a whole motherfucker. We bring the whole, you dig. We want everything. Ain't nobody here but us.
Yep.
It's nobody else here but us.
Playing with these goddamn
people. But I understand it though. Like, you drive your property value down, do all type of crazy shit, and then you come in when the drive down, you come lowball me because crime and shit then went up. Now I got to force to sell. My shit was $750. Now you want to give me $5 for it.
Yeah.
And you gonna buy it up there. Now you gonna take that. move everybody else out. Now you're gonna take the 5. Now you finna put a couple more thousand on it. Now you finna search it for M.
Yeah, flip it real quick.
Ooh. They always do that.
I think they slick, man.
Yeah.
I think they slick.
But that's shit. That's the same thing they do to Brooklyn. That's why I said Brooklyn's so gentrified now. All them brickstone houses and shit. Them shits was what back in the day going for $250, $500. Them shits $2.5, $2 million, $3 million. If you have a brickstone or whatever they call it, I don't know what they call it. It's a brick house or something like that.
Brownstone.
Brownstone, yeah, that's what they call it. Brownstone, and it just be up there selling them shits for crazy money, man.
They gonna ship. A lot of times they do ship a lot of black people way out. If you on some type of, they ship you way out to some what they call Peoria or some ex-suburb or something like Carpentersville. They send you all the way out there, right? They send you all the way out in Bufu. And then, the bumblefuck. When it's going to take at least 4 buses to get back. So you probably ain't even going to come back.
You're not coming back this way.
You ain't coming back. The metro don't even go out there.
Man, you're not coming back.
And that's what they do. I see the place.
Because even when you got a car, when you move way out there, you don't come back to the city like that.
No.
You don't come back if somebody having something and you and the wife, you probably got a babysitter. I'm like, you know what? We're going to just stay in the city for the weekend. We're going to get a telly. We're going to stay in the city for the whole weekend. But you're not coming back and forth to the city and you move way out there, 30, 40 minutes away. You're going to do what you need to do out there.
What I don't like about when new people move into the city and they try to, people from other places, they try to change so much. They be man, Chicago's giving up so much room for cars to park on the street when that could be just made for people to walk.
What?
Yeah, I've literally heard this shit, bro.
Hey,
it literally irritates the shit out of me because it's bro, why don't you stay where the fuck you at
I was just
and do
gonna
that
say
there?
Hey, you know what you can do? You can move back to where you was because we like the shit the way it is. That's why I'm no park.
Yeah.
If motherfuckers took up old lanes, we gonna make a whole bike lane there. And I'm kind of riding bikes, so I understand it.
Yeah, man. I'm one of them people. Bikes belong their ass on the sidewalk.
Hey, I ride on the sidewalk too.
Stay on the sidewalk, man. Ride no bikes on the street. I
ain't
trust
gonna lie, they be doing all type of shit too. Bikes just be thinking sometimes they rule shit.
Cause they supposed to stop at stop signs too. If I was the police, I'm giving you a ticket. I'm petty. I'm petty. Yeah, give me the number of that. Give me the VIN number of that bike, whatever the fuck. Oh, it's not registered? Your bike isn't registered?
Do you have a biker's license?
Oh, no helmet?
Nope. You ain't got no bike permit?
You ain't got no, yep.
Yeah, put that in my trunk,
Yeah.
man. You gotta come pick this up from the station.
Yep.
And you better have a car.
I'm getting easy. That's easy money, bro. Easy money. I'm harassing the bike riders. Talking about trying to make it green. No fuck out of here.
Hey,
How your bike even get to the shop? Had to come by trucking. Come on, man. Did you go bike to go get your bike?
Hey, man.
People be saying that stupid shit we trying to make it clean out here.
Came with the truck, man.
Man, the thing about, my mind is, I don't know if you can tell, but my mind is still blown about this whole situation. But the thing about that is, so we have migrants of different cultures, right? From different areas, right? So my mind right now is just on the language barrier aspect.
Yeah.
Even if it was black migrants and you stuck them in a predominantly black neighborhood, this still poses the option of there being a language barrier.
A language barrier, a culture barrier. It's just a lot of different things. Then you gotta go with the schooling. Now we gotta get, other language people in here to have school. Now you're gonna have to segregate the kids because they're gonna be speaking totally their language. Kids gonna be speaking totally English. It's just gonna be a whole heap of things that have to go on with this. That's gonna have to, motherfucker gonna have to consume with.
Yeah, they wouldn't do that They wouldn't do that. I mean, if it were other black people, they did that too. First of all, they're not letting black people over here like that in droves in general. They sending niggas right back. As soon as however you came back, that's how they sending you, minus the boat. So.
Shit, you seen what they was on back of them horses, whooping them with them whips?
Yeah, they was on there.
With them Haitians, right? That was my people, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's so crazy, man. And that goes back to the point where I said, one source is saying one thing, and then another source is saying another thing, and they're what both of their stories and what they're saying is in opposition to each other.
Divisiveness.
So it's like, which one do you go with? Like, do you approach the situation with your heart or your head? I think that's really what the difference in the major media outlets is.
So the thing about your heart will always lie to you.
You gotta go with the common sense then.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
don't
right.
go with your heart.
Yeah.
Right, and that's
Because we got
My mind is telling me no. You see where that happened? But my body is telling me yes. You see what happened? That nigga was listening to his body, which is
50
heart.
years.
Right?
50 years.
Boy, your mind already told you no, player.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now look
Now
at
singing that
this.
same song to inmates.
I don't want to hurt nobody,
Singing that same song to inmates now.
but it's something that I must confess. 50 years.
He like that shit. 50 years.
Because his mind, boy, he said it himself. Boy, listen to your mind, man.
Oh man, but that actually posed a question, right? Because I actually had this question in the back of my head, but because I don't know a whole lot about it, right? So the word gentrification, right? So actually, let me
Feel like a definition of it?
yeah, because according to the definition, let's see. So the definition says the process whereby the character of a poor urban area is changed by wealthier people moving in, improving housing and attracting new business, typically displacing current inhabitants in the process.
Mm-hmm.
And there's another definition: the process of making someone or something more refined, polite, or respectable.
It's the first one.
There it goes. Never mind. That was my question. There goes. That answered my question.
Oh, okay.
Because I was gonna ask. Because before knowing the official definition, my question was, what's wrong with gentrification? But
It moves the original people out. Like, you only upgraded all this, which everybody know, because motherfucker, money talks. Every motherfucker keeps talking about some money don't make you happy, money don't do this, money does a lot of fucking things. It's a good start to a lot of shit.
yeah,
So I'm not trying to hear all that. So when you got people in there with money, they got to protect their money. So what does they do? They get all the crime, move all that shit to the side, put you over here, start maneuvering this shit, cleaning up the area, putting new businesses. We could have did that in the first place, but they ain't gonna do that because it's black and brown people over there.
right.
It's like if this area is full of shit and we take this shit, you know what I mean? Because we got the gentrifiers who come in. We move this shit over here. Well, that's still shit. So we still got to figure out, we're not coming up with any solutions to fix the shit.
Yeah,
All we did
is
is we cleaned it up over here for ourselves, but this is still shit. So this is a problem for somebody else.
It's like almost like Oak Park with the city. Boy, look.
Don't come across that line.
You come across that gun line, boss. Don't come across that gun line. Police will be here. Trust them, they round the corner, matter of fact. You make that phone call, they will be there. But you on the other side of there, and you gotta call the city for that. Well, that's not
Shit,
part
even
of
the
it.
Chicago police keep your ass from going across.
Yeah,
Oak Park
they
with
tell you
stupid
that.
shit.
They be acting like they patrol the They will not let, they don't play that shit by Oak Park. And that's because the motherfuckers got money over there.
They got money.
And they cleaned up everything, ain't no throwing no pay, ain't none of that.
But that's the problem with gentrification is it's cool. You want to see a place better itself, but it's like you took one problem and just shifted it over. It's not.
All you did is move to the side.
Yeah.
You ain't cleaned it up. You ain't did the thing that you ain't get a dump truck and come and take this shit and clean it actually up.
And clearly, that lets you know that it's economics.
Yeah, it's about money.
Like, if you could
It's
just
just
move these
strictly
people
about
up out of
money.
here,
It's just
and
strictly
then,
about
like,
money.
some more new businesses and shit is going to pop up.
Yeah, it's just about money.
Well, it was about jobs and stuff in the first place.
It was just about money. And that's why I hate when people say money don't make you happy. Maybe we was talking about this on one part. I'm like, it don't make you happy, but it's a damn sure good start. Money help you do a lot of things that you couldn't do before. You don't got to worry about no bills. If you need some therapy, you can go pay for some therapy.
Mm-hmm.
You can go on vacations, go on mental breaks. You don't got to go to work as much because you got money in the bank. So you get you some middle days. All that comes with you having money.
No doubt. DHPX says gentrification is the new eminent domain. What y'all thinking about that, man? What y'all think about that?
When you look at eminent domain.
That means it's like the airport coming through and saying, "Look, man, this is either you're gonna sell it to us or we're gonna take this shit." Yeah. That's eminent domain. Yeah. That's what they come through with interstates and all that. Yeah. Like, basically ain't nothing you can do.
Uncle Sam hand over the thing.
Exactly.
Let me get that.
Let me get that,
man. Hey, you think you're gonna be the only house stopping this from going through?
DHPX, which is so funny because eminent domain has really hurt black people the most throughout this nation. Like if you look at most interstates and where they go through, right? The Dan Ryan, all that Dan Ryan space, all that 290 space, that really used to be black neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? Those loop, when they come through the loop, you got
downtown and all that shit.
The Jane Byrne and all that. Those used to be black neighborhoods. So what happens is that they needed a place to put those people. That's where you come up with the projects and so on and so forth.
I think I-65 was like the same.
Bro, it's every city in America. They somehow found their way to go fuck up some black neighborhoods. Because normally the black neighborhoods were just around the outside of the downtown area, so they come through and we gonna need that. Yeah, used to be black prominent neighborhoods, absolutely.
Yeah. I learned about that, man. This man had a lights conversation before we supposed to be going on the road. We sitting up there talking about eminent domain, boy. We had that nice conversation about that. The government say, I ain't selling. All right, you ain't selling? We're going to go away for a little while, but you going to sell. But now you're going to get exactly what your shit worth if we give you that.
Okay. So I'm getting more context because I literally don't
know what eminent domain mean.
I guess not.
Okay.
I mean, I understand it now. Now that y'all giving the example and looking up the definition, the definition was the right of a government or its agent to expropriate private property for public use with payment of compensation.
Yeah, but if you don't accept that payment, we're going to take that bitch anyway.
I've seen that examples of that in multiple different movies.
That is so crazy.
Like, O'Hare when they had the expansion. Right, a lot of that stuff. Yeah, a lot of that stuff used to be Bensenville, where I don't want to. But a lot of that stuff used to be a lot of that shit used to be Bensenville, and it used to be houses and stuff. And a lot of people were like, "Nah, I don't want to sell my house or whatever." They thought they were stopping something. Yeah, and then because at first they was coming through giving out decent checks. We're gonna, at the house, the housing market at that time say they could have got 200,000. Okay, we'll give you 600,000 for your house.
I sold. I ain't gonna.
Everybody.
What? You said it?
Even if they would have gave me 300,000, I would have.
Because I know what's coming.
Because I already know what's coming. So they need, even if they need it. So it was like, at a certain point, it was like, all right, bet. Well, here's this $10,000 and we're gonna take your house. Right. So it really becomes that we need your shit.
No, but it's like, bro. Motherfucker come through, right? Knock on your door, doom, doom, doom. Hey, Mr. J, every day. I'm with the United States government. Oh, shit, I know what this is.
So?
How much you giving me for it? Because I already know I can't fight the government.
I'm going to hold out one time. Because I feel like I got one time I can hold out on. You know what I mean?
Bro, when they came with that 600 bands, I think they ain't come through no more. If you say, if my home is worth $200,000, and you got me a blank check right now that say $600,000, I got to do a sign my name on it. Hey, baby, leave that shit.
I think it's contingent on how many people are actually holding out. You know what I mean? But if you can get majority of people to bite on whatever it is at first that they're offering.
Oh, yeah. Right? That's what I was thinking. I was waiting to say so.
So I would hold out that first time, like, oh, this motherfucker, my house is worth $200,000. They trying to give me $225.
When you
they coming back though.
Yeah, they coming back. So I don't plug the shit.
I got the U-Haul boxes.
And they staring at you like, hey, no, because I'm telling my wife, hey, baby, start packing that shit up, baby. Put that shit in the box. They coming back through.
I just bought a new 18 wheel off these motherfuckers. Yeah. Thank you.
And got another house.
Yeah, we definitely still in Bensenville though.
Yeah, because we went to eminent domain, somebody else shit. Hey, we need this house. Knock on their door. I'm with the United States government.
Yeah, but that's what happened as far as interstate. That's what happened with what I said, the airports and stuff like that. It happens, and like he said, Seneca Village, that happened.
Seneca Village?
Yeah, that's up in New York. That was
Oh, New York.
predominant-
Okay, I was sitting
Yeah.
there thinking like, what is he saying?
That's what happened to that. It's up in New York. That's where your current Central Park is.
Okay.
So Central Park was a black neighborhood called Seneca Village, and they said, and so you had the people, the government at the time who was over New York, they had went to Europe, and they had seen that they had these nice sprawling parks and shit like that, and then they came back to New York and said, hey, we decided we need a nice sprawling park. We gonna bulldoze the nigga shit and make Central Park. This is no cap. This is what the fuck they do, bro. They bulldozed the nigga. And the black people shit was the spot where, because at first the black people, the thing about Seneca Village is this is where black people were going outside, like right outside of New York, because they didn't want, they was kind of getting into it with the, the Irish and so on, those different groups down there. So they decided they're gonna make their own little enclave over here. They didn't discriminate against people or whatever. If you were somebody European or whatever, you could move up there, whatever. It was nice and fine. So it's crazy how even when we decide that we're gonna take our shit and go somewhere else with it, and we're gonna be over here, they somehow find a way to come fuck our shit up. Because this isn't the only case. Seneca Village isn't the only case. It's one of many, one of multiple.
And it's always the black people.
It's always the
they
black
don't get
people.
the Irish shit. They don't
Exactly.
get the mob shit. They don't get none of that shit.
New York was brand new. Like, you mean to tell me you couldn't put that park nowhere else?
Right.
They had to put it in the central.
So that's that. Yeah, we had to tear your shit up.
Hey, how they say, how Benny Siegel said, either get down or lay down.
Get down and lay down.
Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and let me get that $600,000 check, baby. Pack that shit up. Let's go. Leave that shit there. We can buy some more clothes. Fuck this shit.
So the issue isn't necessarily gentrification in itself. It's how they go about gentrification.
Yes.
Because I was thinking, like, I mean, I was going somewhere one day and I was driving through Riverdale, and it's, man, it's borderline desolate. Like, so I mean, and as far as I know, at least where I was living, it was predominantly black over there. So I mean, we are okay. In one hand, we can see that it's a targeted thing, right? We can see that it's a targeted thing. It's y'all just say it and y'all clarified, and we have multiple different scenarios and examples as to how it's the black neighborhoods that get gentrified, right? On another hand of it is, have you seen the condition of Riverdale?
I think they got one gas station. Motherfucker Sicko. Motherfucking Save-A-Lot gas station.
Save-A-Lot gas station. Look, man, I've seen Riverdale. The thing is about Riverdale and things out there is that there was a big steel mill industry that way. So once steel and stuff started being outsourced from China, a lot of that stuff went down. Those south suburbs went down.
Because they used to be high, like, them used to be the spots where you wanted to move at.
Yeah, I mean, that's why you had a lot of the black people out there moving that way. Think about it. If you got a majority of the jobs in the western suburbs, are you thinking about moving to Chicago Heights or somewhere, or Riverdale, or to drive back and forth to come to the western suburbs? No. But in order to move to the western suburbs, things are so much higher. You go look at your average price in the western suburbs, or even in the western inner ring suburbs, your Bellwood, your Maywood, compared to a Riverdale. Go look at those average prices, and I guarantee you're not going to be able to afford it, right? So
you said won't be able to afford the prices in Bellwood versus
your house
versus
in
Riverdale. Okay.
Yeah, versus like Riverdale, you can probably get a house for $60,000 to $70,000.
Okay.
In Maywood, I guarantee you, if you do that, motherfucker's toe up. Like, I guarantee you're not going to get a house.
And the taxes is crazy.
And then they hit you with the taxes.
Yeah, taxes is crazy in Maywood.
Right. So that's why
the school system to be that fucking bogus.
It always boggles me that they built. I think you and I were having this conversation that they built all these manufactured warehouses and stuff out, in these suburbs, Bolingbrook and so on and so forth. When you have land and stuff all the way out there that they can definitely do something with and make jobs and bring back jobs to vitalize the area. And I don't think they want to.
Shit, they doing that in Melrose Park. You seen all over there enough?
Right, they do that in Melrose Park.
You know why? You know why?
Boy, look.
I got a whole Amazon right there on the goddamn corner.
Now that's what I said. They did make an Amazon over there on 167th and right off Dixie Highway in between Dixie Highway and 294. Mm-hmm. So it is an Amazon right there. So if Amazon can do it, I'm trying to figure out why can't anybody else? Like, make sure that everybody eats, B. Like, what's the problem with that? We know the South suburbs has been in a dire situation. There's only a handful of them that can hold their own. We know that they've been in a dire situation for years. So we can say, well, the first thing is to blame the people. But if we blame the people, it's like, damn, the economic situation. This is what they got to deal with. And then you want people to ride like 40 miles one way? Really? 40 miles one way, 40 miles back to go make $15 an hour. Come on, bro.
I'll do that a month.
See, you do good, but you down the street.
and I mean, I definitely agree with you in the regard of there are places to build businesses available. Man, I was just in Matson last week before last. Mm-hmm. Like there is ample space.
The whole Lincoln Mall. Turn that motherfucker down.
It's pre-built buildings.
Forest City Mall. Tell that motherfucker down and put some shit right there.
River Oaks. Tell them shits up. I guarantee you can make plenty of warehouse space where there's some jobs to be provided. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. They know what they're doing. It's like they literally starve out a community. You know what I'm saying? Squeeze everything out. Whoever remain, they remain. Yeah. You know, and then again,
he dies.
Right. Of course, you gonna want to move to goddamn Atlanta. Yeah. You know what I mean? After this, thinking you finna do better and get a job at Wendy's.
See everybody from Chicago.
Everybody from Chicago, but they coming in and getting your shit where you was at. You know what I mean? Like after you decide to, hold on, real quick, man. I was watching the House Hunters. Right, this was on YouTube. It was funny, and they were moving to South Austin. If y'all not familiar, then you ain't familiar. But they was moving to South Austin, right? So that's off like Roosevelt, just south of 290 Express, and it was a black dude and his white wife. They were looking for something around $380,000. Some of them shits was so nice, bro. Like they turned 2 flats into basically just
one home.
One home.
I always wanted to do that.
Yeah, me too. I did. I wanted to too. And they was talking about how Austin is it's not one of those neighborhoods that's on the radar or whatever because it's kind of up and coming, quote unquote. Now it's up and coming. I'm like, look at this shit here. Austin is up and coming.
You want to come to the TV?
What?
Fucking lying, man.
I said, I was just like, she was like, yeah, we want to move in South Austin because it's a little bit more diverse, which it is, compared to the rest of Austin. Like you do have, your few white people over there and some Hispanics is right.
Yeah, because across on that side of 290, it's much better than north of 290.
Right. Yeah. And then you still, because just right north of 290, you got, your park and then it goes into your neighborhood. Yeah. But it's like, now Austin, now they looking at Austin. So they want to move your ass up out of here so they can refurbish your shit.
And then guess what? As soon as they get South Austin, guess what? It's going to just take one white motherfucker to move across to North Austin.
Which they already doing.
It's going to domino effect. And by the time you look up, they're going to be the Chicago Avenue.
And, yeah. Oh, what? They got the Hispanics coming down. That's what I say.
That's what I'm saying.
They know how to move it, bro. It just is what it is. It's fine.
The Hispanics coming from north.
I just don't know if everybody else see the play. No, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if everybody, like, while niggas is beefing, you know what I'm saying, shooting it out over some stupid shit. I don't know if y'all see, like, because a lot of these young people, they stay with their grandparents and so on and so forth. Like, if you look at North Austin stuff, north of Division, those are a lot of single-family homes. Those are black-owned. Yeah, they stay with their grandparents. But while y'all niggas is out there shooting it out and getting, you know what I'm saying, long bids in jail, like, okay, well, who your house gonna go to? Eventually, it's gonna go on the chopping block. It's gonna go. Somebody gonna get it. Yeah. Somebody gonna get it, and then boom, that's how your whole community just changed. You know what I mean? It's gonna happen real quick.
Come out of jail, knock on the white folks' door, and motherfucker call the police on you because you think you trespass.
What you doing around here, boy?
That's a fact, though. Motherfucker playing the wrong fucking game.
Yeah.
Playing the absolutely wrong fucking game.
It's crazy, but I think, man, I don't know, Chicago turns into a New York where everybody's just living everywhere. I mean, I kind of like different neighborhoods. I like going into the little village. You see what I'm saying? It make
I like different cultures in neighborhoods.
Different cultures,
it's okay
right?
to have that.
It's fine.
I want some tacos. I'm gonna go over here and go get some tacos.
Yeah.
I want some Greek food. I'm gonna go down there and watch. I want some real authentic Chinese food. I'm gonna go down there Chinatown and get that. It's okay to have
We
that.
was at when we was watching the boxing match, Tank Davis and Garcia, one of the little Mexican cats. He say, man, we know about the soul food, man. He's speaking a little broke English or whatever. But he cool. He's like, man, we know about the soul food, the greens. The greens? he say the greens? I say, oh yeah, y'all know about the soul food. So you know what I'm saying? People like
different culture.
Different. Everything ain't gotta be mixed in. Like this is a big ass pot of fucking gumbo.
What I say,
or jambalaya shit. Yeah.
It's okay to not. If you don't fuck with them, don't fuck with them. That don't mean you gotta beat them up. That don't mean you gotta shoot them. That don't mean you gotta kill them. We just don't mess with y'all. We just come over to grab some of this because we like this.
Yeah.
Want some horchata? Let me get some of that.
Definitely give me some of that cold horchata.
Let me get some
and
of that.
some of that corn in the cup.
I didn't come over here to start no trouble. I just wanted some of y'all food enough to go back where I need to go. That's all. You don't have to be beefing with nobody. It can be segregated and all that stuff, and you can still be. Everybody can live comfortable and cool. Yeah. Everybody don't have to like everybody. Have your own little time.
Cause I get it. It's a cultural difference. Like
it's a big culture difference.
You know what I'm saying? It's just some things that I do. Like some person like to listen to their Spanish music, and stuff like that. We like to listen to R&B, hip hop. Yeah. It's fine. Like I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that real loud. Hey, just like you don't want to hear all my shit that. Somebody sleeping in my. You might not want to hear that.
But guess what too?
Yes.
Juan Rodriguez can't cook no goddamn ribs.
They try over there, Leon.
But they can't do it though.
They be trying though. This shit
but
be
Leon Taylor.
Yeah.
He know how to season and do whatever you need to do though.
Hey, but Leon Hernandez, that nigga.
Hey, this mother was black, his daddy was white.
Yeah. Hispanic. Somebody was in here. Yeah.
Oh,
hey,
shit.
Bro.
Leon heard that.
Hey, cause that Leon's over there on, I'm talking about on Archer.
Yeah.
That shit, you Mexicans back there get down, shorty.
Bro, used to bring them. Used to bring the ribs.
Hey, you're putting too much sauce on that. Tell their ass to hold on the sauce, though. God damn, had the shit floating in sauce. But yeah.
I don't like my shit drowned in sauce. I don't like all that shit. That was pretty good, man.
Oh, man. I don't know, man. It's with this whole gentrification conversation. I'm hearing everything y'all saying.
Yeah.
And I don't have disagreements, right? I just want to know. Or I ask, what can be done to help our communities not need to be gentrified?
Nothing gonna be done. It's gonna get ran over.
Yeah. Because you don't got people that's playing like we just talking about the long game. We out here doing these things to each other, what's bringing the value down. So when you bring the value down and the crime and stuff is in the neighborhood, it's giving them a thing. Say, okay, I'm gonna go buy that building. I'm gonna go buy that building too. So now you slowly buying buildings, and guess what they do? They'll let them stay vacant on purpose.
Yeah, they should.
Because they got the bread to. They got the money to play the long game and to wait it. I'll pay the taxes on that shit. I'll go over there and cut the grass.
Taxes ain't even as high when it's vacant, too.
Thank you. So now this vacant, and I'm cutting the grass and I'm keeping it nice and neat. It's just boarded up.
Yep.
It's just nice and neat and boarded up. So now people come through it like, damn, all these buildings boarded up. That's how you go on a block and you see it's only 4 people standing on there out of 20 homes. Because somebody that came through and bought all that shit up, and they don't even know it yet. Motherfucker LLC.
If you ever notice out south, man, how many vacant lots it is? Like nobody's doing nothing with this shit.
Because they own them, and they wait.
That almost makes me like, bro, it's like
waiting to the right time. They play
nobody does. Even out west, it's lots of vacant lots, especially in North Lawndale and shit like that. It's a lot east. West Garfield Park, East Garfield, a lot of vacant lots. It'd be like, bro, nobody's doing nothing with this shit.
What they do? They let the building sit there. They come bulldoze it down, take all the bricks.
All of a sudden, something built up real quick.
Yeah, and they wait. They playing the long game. They playing exactly.
So I mean, to me, I don't mind the gentrification as long as it's people, obviously upwardly mobile black people. I don't, I just still like to see shit being black. You know what I mean? If you black, you're able to take care of your shit and take care of your business, right? So I don't want to displace people who take care, they struggle to take care of their business, but they take care of it because most people in those communities actually take care of business. Yeah. It's only a handful of people out there that really fuck shit up
for everybody.
You know what I'm saying? It's that bad apple in the bag. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That makes everything else bad. Yeah. So if this is the problem, this is why I had a problem with the we were talking about the police or the judicial system as a whole. If you're not going to do your job, then it makes it bad on the community. You already have people. If I am willing to travel 40 miles each way to go to work, you know what I mean? Then I got to turn around and come back to this shit.
50 motherfuckers standing in front of your house when you get home.
You're not doing your fucking job. That's the problem that I have with the motherfucker. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? It's like, I know you guys see this shit. Mm-hmm. And then you turn around and be like, look. And then everybody, but white people know what's going on in black communities. You know why? They ride through them shits. Mm-hmm. They ride through black communities and don't nobody fuck with them. Yeah. Nobody fuck with white people when they in black
people. Let me ride through there and I don't belong to that.
Hey, so what you doing out here tonight?
What's the fuck?
Bro. Yeah. It's definitely that.
Yeah,
man.
it's perfect.
So, I mean, I just want to see black people, you know what I'm saying, we rise up to our full potential. Yeah. And it's not just that, but I don't like restraints and things just purposely holding us back. Yeah. So if there's criminals and shit that need to go to jail, then do the job to get, put them there. Don't sit up and be like, hey,
don't wrongly
paint this picture. Yeah. As black people as a whole, it's like, all you motherfuckers ain't shit.
Yeah, it's enough motherfuckers out there doing enough crime that you don't have to convict and hold innocent people to the fire for shit that they done.
Because if you ride through Bronzeville, just real quick, if you ride through Bronzeville, as nice as it looks through there, them niggas will get active. So you have upwardly mobile black people in there. I'm talking about you got $1 million homes through here. $1 million cars, Benzes, but it's some niggas that will pop out. So you still got to be mindful, just being over there because all of a sudden these dudes pop up. Like who's putting these niggas in jail? Nobody. Or if they ain't putting them in jail, let's do something before that. Who's putting some economic, some jobs and shit within the community? Because everything in Bronzeville is damn near like food shit. Like black-owned restaurant here, black-owned restaurant there. So how do we do that?
But ain't that like we always say? Like you always hear about a lot of these celebrities, and we can't tell them what to do with their money. That's, you can do what you want. But I'm saying a good thing would be like, okay, all the entertainers, all our athletes, they have a nice entertainment meeting, right? They come together, be like, okay, where you from? Oh, you from out west. Let's just say you from out west, you made it. We need you to go out west. We need you to start getting you a team together. We need you to start cleaning up some of that shit, buying up some of these properties on your own. You gentrifying your own shit, putting people in place. Oh, you from Orland Park or whatever like that. You used to grow up in Orland Park. You made it too. We need you to go back to Orland Park. We need you to start buying up all them projects and all this shit. We need you all that other shit. You know?
Behind the old Walmart.
Yeah, we need to buy all that shit. You need to start fixing up all this shit.
Say projects in Orland Park.
I'm from out south. I need to go back out south, because that's where I'm from, and I need to just focus on this, putting people in place to do this and do that.
Y'all, I'm thoroughly enjoying this conversation right now. Like, this is very, very enlightening, because like I said, I don't know a whole lot about the whole gentrification, eminent domain conversation, and like this has been very, very enlightening. DHPX said Hyde Park was extremely bigger than it is today. It stretched all the way to the suburbs.
Oh, it did? I didn't know that.
Yeah, back in the 1800s.
1800s?
It did.
Oh, okay.
That and Inglewood.
Oh, okay.
Inglewood wasn't even a part of the city. Inglewood was annexed.
Inglewood part of the city now?
Yeah, Inglewood part of the city.
I thought Inglewood was Inglewood.
No, Inglewood. You thinking maybe Inglewood, L.A. or California? But yeah, Inglewood, Chicago is part of the city.
Oh, I thought Inglewood was his own suburb.
Inglewood, shit, that's Chicago to the fullest.
That's all I got for today, man. We started an hour late, having the technical difficulties, man.
We're struggling, man. We're struggling.
But we figured it out, man. We figured it out.
Yeah. You wasn't gonna let us leave till you figure this shit out.
Oh,
I'll sit y'all ass down. We gonna have a pod today. I don't know what the fuck y'all think y'all going on. Y'all ain't gotta be to work till late tomorrow.
Oh, so real quick before we go, So as of this is NintendoLife.com, so they can say whatever they want on their website. It's now made over $500 million in North America after crossing the Mario movie, after crossing the $1 billion mark internationally at the box office after 26 days.
Money.
Like good bread. I wonder how much it take to make.
That's
a great question.
That's a great question. So real quick, so I just Googled the average income in United States, and for Illinois, and this starts from one earner, 2 people, 3 people, 4 people. One earner is 61,000 average. 2 people 68,000. 3 people. I'm sorry, 61,000 for 1. 2 people it jumps to 81,000. 3 people jumps to 97,000. 4 people 113,000.
So that's the average income everybody staying in Illinois.
That's what, according to this website, justice.gov.
I need to make some more money.
I don't think the average is no 50-something thousand.
That number doesn't make sense to me either, but it's justice.gov. So
I think that's cap too.
Did they say 100? And boy, I got a family of 5. I ain't even on there.
Everybody got to be. I think that's under the thought process of everybody having income.
Oh, everybody had a job?
Yeah. Because it
then I wouldn't need to live with them.
It also says down at the bottom, add basically $10,000 for any individual in excess of 4 people.
Oh, okay. So I need to be making $125,000. Well, you know what?
It's on its way, man.
Sky's the limit.
I'm gonna put your business out there.
Sky's the limit, man.
I'm gonna put your business out there. I was for sure to say something.
You know what I'm saying?
We all right in these streets.
But then before that, it said the average national salary in the U.S. is $60,000.
Not cap.
That's SoFi.com. That's what this
cap,
is.
man.
I don't agree with that either.
Who is SoFi?
That's what I'm saying. No, that's cap, man. Because I thought the average.
What about the .gov? What the fuck are they talking about?
That's what the other one was. It was
justice.gov.
Oh hell no, they ain't real justice.
Yeah, because I thought the average was like 40 to 42,000.
Bro, they be making up numbers, bro. Niggas is out here, they po. I'm just serious.
Let's go. He said niggas is out here poor.
They out here, people out here poor, man. Y'all talking about average person making 65,000.
That mean a lot of people wouldn't be out here doing what they doing.
That's what I'm saying, bro. They lying. They just making up numbers at this point to compete with China.
I had another great philosopher once told me, and I heard him say this verbatim. Not gonna say his name, but the nigga looked somebody dead in the eye and say, "Man, don't lie to me. What the fuck is wrong with you?" So you don't lie to me.
Justice.gov.
Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. Talking about some 61,000. Get this cap, man.
Man, I mean, I'm looking at the Census Bureau. Real median household income was $70,000 in 2021.
71,000. That's the.
It's the census.gov.
No, that's cap, bro.
We can.
Okay.
That shit
All right, man. So I'll hit y'all with a mesh, man. I was actually thinking about this after we had that conversation about stuff you've brought that you kind of brought with you from childhood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I said this. I said it without saying. And Natasha actually, when she was in the chat, she commented on it. But one thing that really I brought from childhood that kind of got drilled in my head without being drilled in my head is overall preparedness. It's just being, that's what Natasha was hinting at when she said having snacks in the car, you'll be prepared for if you happen to get pulled over, or not pulled over, but happen to have an issue on the road. Your battery dies, run out of gas. Have snacks in your car, at least you'll be able to have something to snack on. But even more than that, speaking on general preparedness, one thing that I do is I keep a blanket in my car. I keep the tools necessary to maybe getting a jump, changing tires, that stuff. So just try as best you can to be prepared for all of those just in case situations for whatever it is that you do as best you can, because there's always going to be something that you can't really be prepared for. There's always some unseen scenario that can pop up and then you're not prepared for it. But you can be prepared for needing to change a tire, changing the battery. So just those everyday situations, and specifically quick story. I was on the drill team, and my sisters were on the drill team, and we every year they had a national competition amongst the drill teams in across the U.S. And the year my mom came, she brought a suitcase full of just in case stuff. Just in case stuff, right? And she even brought a needle and thread, like some basic sewing stuff. In my head, I'm like, Ma, you really don't need all that. Like a whole separate bag of just in case stuff. Like, okay. But come to find out, we end up needing almost everything she brought.
So did you say you're sorry?
I don't recall.
I think you need to say your apology.
No, but I did give her credit for kind of drilling that in me.
Okay.
Without drilling it in me. You know, like she always had those situations where it was just like, just be prepared, right? So that's what I have for the mess today, man. Just try to be as prepared for those just in case situations as you possibly can. Go check out the No Absolutes podcast with Will Hill. It's a great dude over there. This has been another rendition of the KNoWKi podcast. Wear your crown, build your legacy, Kings. It's your man Spaces.
Happy Mother's Day. It's Jay every day.
Hey, happy Mother's Day, man. This your boy Mo. Salute. Meeting adjourned. I'm sorry.